You may or may not know, but I like anime. I've actually seen over 44 of them, my favorite being JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Code Geass, and Hellsing Ultimate. But there was always an anime I heard about but never had the itch to watch. I don't know why, it really just didn't catch my attention, and that show is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. This show just didn't have the hyper flamboyantness of JoJo, or the 200 IQ political mecha thing like Code Geass. Ugh, man, I just hate my dad! Yeah, I hate my dad too. I killed him. So what got me to watch it? Well, a friend of mine named Cookie and I were sitting in a Discord call, and he was like, hey man, wanna watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? And I was like, sure, why not? I've heard it was good. You know, it's like the second highest rated anime ever. So yeah, I'll give it a watch. And to my surprise, I ended up watching with him, and actually really liking it. Cookie already knew everything about the show, so this was like his 4th time watching it. So, yeah. And after watching Full Metal, I can say it's probably like my 4th or 5th favorite anime. It's just really good. It's literally one of the most concise and narratively interesting animes I've seen in a good while. So let's dive into why I like the show so much. And I mean, it has a number 2 spot on my anime list for a reason, so let's dig into this thing. In any well thought out and good story, there's always a hint of world building. Whether it's simply giving a backstory to a character, or expanding the world as a whole, like showing an entire side of the world that was unknown before. One Piece does a good job with that, showing the Straw Hats going island to island while exploring. FMA does something kinda similar with having the Elric brothers explore the world, meeting people from all around it, like Scar and Ling. This is a great way to make the show feel organic, making it so the story doesn't revolve around the protagonist, but the protagonist is part of the story itself. Speaking of protagonists, let's talk about Edward and Alphonse. These guys are perfect as the protagonists of this series, and they have goals that you can actually root for. Like, hell yeah, I want to see Al get his body back, and Edward get his arm and leg back too. I think Edward is a great in-between of what a main character should be. He isn't like Jotaro levels of stoic, and he isn't a crybaby like Deku. He's somewhere in the middle, which I personally really enjoy. Same with Alphonse. Yeah, he's a bit more timid and not hot-headed like Edward, but he has badass moments thrown in between, which keeps him grounded and still interesting. Other than our 2 main characters, let's do a real fast lightning round of characters I just really like. Hughes, yeah, that guy, he's my favorite character. He's super well written, and even after his death, he still holds plot significance. Next up is Mustang, who's basically the mentor character of this show. I really enjoy him. He's not a perfect human, which I don't think he has to be, and also his flame alchemy is really cool. And also, he's just a good mentor character for Edward, so, you know. Overall, pretty good guy, like 9 out of 10. I would kiss him on the lips. Next up is Ling. He's really interesting, and he really just is the definition of never give up and follow your dreams, which I can kind of relate to. Overall, he's a good character, and I wish we actually got more of him in the show than what we already got. Let's talk about the villains of the homunculus variety. All 7 of the sins play a big part in the story, some being better than other characters, but let's go through each one and talk about them. Lust is rather tame, to be honest. She's got a great personality. And Freddy Krueger knife hands, which is kind of scary. Speaking of scary, Gluttony is really scary, almost killing Ling and Edward. Other than that, he lacks some personality other than just being hungry. Envy makes me so mad, but that only makes him a better villain. I was so happy when he died. I did think his lizard design was pretty cool. Greed is easily the best homunculus. He has the best personality, the best character arc, and his design in both forms are super good. So, he's my favorite. Wrath is also really good. He has just a good character arc, he's a good twist villain, and overall he's pretty solid. Pride is also really good, having some Zato 1, Eddie, Guilty Gear type powers, which I really enjoy. And lastly, Sloth. His design is super good, with him also being the most mysterious of the homunculi, being the last one that we see. I like when he goes, "What a pain." I kinda like that. He's a very funny man. Overall, this is one of the best animes I've seen in the last 2 decades. It was a jolly good show. The question is, what anime will I watch next? Run a Girlfriend?